Look, iflat and khatra is same thing, but on the opposite ends, okay? So we have back follow through, front follow through, okay? A simple way to explain or to actually demonstrate, I take an arrow and look, all it is, I'm flicking my wrist there. That's it. Look, I'm pointing to the target, okay? I have some young boys at my club, and one boy has a habit of this, going down, and he's wondering why his arrows are going into the ground. Okay, I said, look, you're doing too much. You're overdoing it. All you need is a literally flick of the wrist. Okay, look at my arm; it doesn't move. I'm just doing this here. The arrow is in line with the arm. I want to point to the target. Okay, it's just a flick of the wrist. So when you have the bow here, now look, your grip, this is also something we were going on about. The bow handle should be going down in a straight line along your knuckles. Someone was having this, more like a recurve grip maybe. They were having it here, like diagonally now. No. Here, straight. Okay? 1, 2, 3. This is a clamp. This is tight. These 3 are tight. But no, not your hand should not be on the front. Look, the back should be covered. Here. Look, my thumb. If I want to point my thumb to the target, it's pointing straight. But if my hand is a little bit twisted round, now look, I can't point to the target. Okay? Let's do an experiment, okay? Let's have our hand to the side of the bow like this. We'll exaggerate like this, okay? Now do it flat. You put it straight on your wrist and your bow is like all over the place, okay? Now, put your hand behind. Why behind? It's a push. I cannot push something from the corner here. I have to be behind, look, here. Here, I have to be in line. That's why I said, you have to be inside the bow. Now, when I do khatra, it's straight like this, look. I don't have to do much. These 2 fingers on each hand, these are loose, by the way. This is something you can remember. On your loading hand, these fingers are loose because these are the ones grabbing, knocking. These 3 should always be tight because you also get marked down on this in the tiraz levels. I used to have this problem. Open my hand. So one day I taped my fingers to my hand. So I have to get used to keeping this tight. Or another drill, you can use a pen like this and you shoot 5 arrows. And you should not drop the pen. If you drop the pen, it means my hand's opening. Okay? So khatra, look, just flick the wrist. Now, everyone's bow is different, our height is different. Khatra doesn't mean my bow always has to end up like this. As long as the top limb is going in front of the bottom limb, this is khatra. This is acceptable. If the bow touches me here, this is khatra, it's fine. But initially, we want to avoid this. I don't want the bow coming behind the arm. Okay? Initially. Later on, we have this. It's called Fathi Bishimal, opening to the left. Okay? This is Abu Hashim style. Abu Hashim was tall, yeah? Because he was tall, his bow was long. If you have a long bow, it's going to hit you here. So he did this. So you see some people, and think, oh, it looks cool, I do this. But they're doing it in the wrong way. You still have to be straight to the target. Look, this limb is still pointing straight here and your slight twist. But don't initially worry about that for now. Try to just keep the bow on the inside. Again, I say inside the bow. Here, look, in line with the body. Touching me here, just this flick. Like I said, doesn't always have to land here. Some people with shorter bows, it will come up and land here. That's fine. Some people, it will touch you on your hip, your rib. This is all acceptable. Khatra. Okay, last one. Quiver. This is more of a basic thing, but also important. Okay? If you don't have a quiver, the very basic thing is to make a sash. So we have sister here. She had a new invention. Okay, she was having her arrows on the bed, on the chair. I said, look, there's a sash there. You make a belt. Okay, if you don't have one of these nice fancy quivers, no problem. I used to have a sash for many years. You make a belt, make it tight. Now, the problem you have though is the direction of your arrows. Should be the other way around. Okay, why? Because look, let me put this here. Don't fall. It's okay. I got it. Look, even if I don't have a belt, okay, I put this in my trousers, for example, here, okay? My arrow's like this, okay? Number one, here, look, if my arms move like this, the arrow's not in the way. If the feathers are in front here, look, it's in the way here, and it's going to be in the way of my bow. So arrows should never be here, whether you're on ground archery or on a horse. This is terrible on the horse because, for obvious reasons, you have the reins, and if you fall or everything like that, okay? Secondly, when you grab the arrow here is in a good position to just, it's already here. It's convenient to grab. And it's in the right position. So as I bring it out and I transfer, now I can feel the shaft, get whatever position I need, scoop knocking, push knock, whatever it might be. If I have my arrow in front, I cannot do that. I have to now grab on the front, bring it out, I have to turn, and you're fumbling. So always make sure, whatever you're using, this sister had like a makeshift, where's your makeshift flask holder, okay? I really thought it was a quiver. It was, I think in like somewhere like Mongolia or somewhere, they have these pot quivers, which you can have. But look, she made it work, but she had her arrows the wrong way. Never have your arrows, basically, if you can see them here, should be behind, okay? Because here, you're able to now always have your eyes on the target. Here, grab, 1, 2, 3, and then continue from there. Okay, so this is more of a practical thing as well. Always have the arrows on the waist, not in front of the belly, on the hip and behind, okay? Last thing also with the sash, some people do this, they put it too low. So when they grab it, they grab it here, they go, oh, all the way up. My normal rule is 1/3, 2/3. 1/3, let's say the sash is here, 1/3 showing here, 2/3 behind. Not too low like this. And for obvious reasons on the horse, this would hit the saddle. So you have to be here. Okay, if you have that. But then, most people will have a quiver there. Okay? So I don't want to overload two people, but I hope this resonates with some of us. And we will do one drill for target panic now. Okay? What we're going to do is,